Bro, you wouldn't believe the day I've had. Paid a visit to the drab old city walls today and thought, why not use it as my canvas? So that's exactly what I did. I've launched a public street art initiative that focuses on transforming these city walls into vibrant, breathing art spaces. Bet that'll add some spark to morning commutes, eh? Now, it's not just random splashes of paint. We're drawing inspiration from local culture and people, making them an integral part of each piece. The idea is to make it a joint effort between me and the local folks, you know? So it stays authentic and unique. Picture this. Real-life stories and experiences depicted through contemporary art, right in the heart of the city. Spectacular, isn't it? Can't wait to get started. I was chatting with Nina about it too. She couldn't contain the excitement, nearly painted a picture so vivacious it would have done Van Gogh proud. Our banter's the same too, and Nina, being her usual sassy self, flatly refuses to give me a cut from her fees as my unpaid agent. And imagine trying to get Momo to accept my masterpiece of a bass-playing kitty again. Maybe I should consider signing her up as my artsy feline critic, or am I just being persuasive? So what do you think? Good idea, right? It's been such a rush, man, seeing these blank walls come alive. It's like they're telling me their stories and I'm just the catalyst, igniting their silent words with color. I'm telling you, it's a sight to behold. And what's better? You won't believe the reactions I've been getting. People are genuinely intrigued and interested. Now, that's something I didn't quite expect. The appreciation, the support. It's both overwhelming and heartening at the same time. All right, time for me to hit the hay. Continuing with the street art early in the morning, there's this wall down the east side that's practically screaming for a splash of color. Continuing the saga of my urban canvas, I guess I've always been one for getting my hands dirty, and this project, it's brought out the morning person in me, no kidding. I've been up with the sun, pouring myself into painting the city walls, and truth be told, it's both draining and invigorating. It's not just a beautiful chaos of colors, it's the community's stories, their authenticity, their spirit that I'm trying to recreate. Imagine translating their narratives into a visual, static yet dynamic. They become silent stories speaking in local color, you see. Sounds almost romantic, doesn't it? Now let's talk about a different kind of art, the art of selling. Yep, I said it. When you're an artist who despises marketing, life becomes an ironic sitcom. As it turns out, I'm not a marketing natural. Who would have thought? So today I bit the bullet and jumped into an online seminar on artist statements writing. Quite a leap, huh? But you know what? Not as bad as I imagined it to be. It was more about expressing the why instead of just the what behind your art. That resonated with me, really got me thinking. Because isn't our art just an extension of ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions? Take our conversation the other day. The excitement, the nervous jitters, the zealous anticipation for an upcoming project, that's my why. The Street Art Initiative is me pushing my boundaries, finding new ways to express, to share stories, to engage with the community. Now, if that doesn't sell my art, then I'm out of ideas. Ironically, though, I ended up on the seminar's thumbnail on YouTube. Yep, my mugshot doing rounds on a loop. Nina spotted me. That's gotta count for something, right? Touching base on Nina, we had quite the chat about her love for bass murals and my newfound love for 80s rock bands, reminiscing the good old mullet days. Laughed so hard, tears were a minute away. And on the topic of music, you gotta listen to these 80s bands, mate. There's a certain energy about them. Been blasting them in the studio? Brings a certain vibrancy to the work, you know? Speaking of studios, you know how they say change is the only constant? Well, my studio's got a new honorary member. My mug. Nina's been sending me YouTube snapshots of my surprised face from the seminar like a devotee. Hilarious, isn't it? Also trippy how life throws you into entirely unexpected situations. Oh, and we're grabbing dinner at this sushi place later. Their ebi fry is worth dying for. I kid you not. Speaking of physical wellness, today I ditched the brushes for a bicycle. Yes, I swapped the easel for a set of wheels and took on Central Park on a bike. It felt like flying through an impressionist painting by Monet or Renoir, complete with brush strokes of emerald greens and rustic autumnal hues. Could almost hear the leaves whispering tales of old as I cycled past them. My legs are burning, but hey, art never comes easy, right? Also, bumped into a family of squirrels halfway through. Little rascals look as if they've stepped straight out of some Disney creation, running rings around me. Now I'm considering juxtaposing the urban jungle with a bit of wildlife just for kicks in my art. Squirrels running through a canvas of graffiti. What do you say? So, Our Lady of Sass, Nina, messaged me about this book she's reading. It's called Green Space and Graffiti. Somehow captures the essence of what I just experienced today. Cycling through nature, coming home to spray cans and pallets, it's like a fusion of raw nature and brutal urban truth. Exciting stuff, man. Oh, and did I mention about Night Ranger? Yeah, that 80s band is my current muse, blasting them all day on loop while I work. The energy of that era, it's like pure magic. And Nina, of course, had to pull my leg about sporting a mullet and a leather jacket to match the mood. Thinking about our recent banter, couldn't help but recall a bit from our convoluted artist talks. That urban canvas experiment, remember? Inspired by that, imagine integrating nature into this urban canvas. Squirrels scurrying around graffiti, trees growing amidst concrete buildings, right in my studio. Sounds like a good dose of wellness, don't you think? Also, Nina's at it again. She spotted a wild artist today, and boy, she wasn't wrong. It was just me and my untamed frolic with colors. I had to admit it made a quotable punchline. Wild artist in his natural habitat. Your friend, Andrew. So, dude, if you spot a woolly head swaying to the rhythm of 80s music peeking out of a wild canvas of art, don't be startled. It's just your art-crazed friend in action. I'd love to go on, but these unfinished canvas won't paint themselves.